Hi, how you doing? It's me again. I had a really good question. Well, you might find it interesting. It was from John in Leeds. Hi, John. Hi, Leeds. And this was about what did I do in my first ever show. Well, I was a member of the Methodist Youth Club on Normanby Road in a town called Southbank near Middlesbrough, northeast of England. And one time I didn't go to the sort of committee meeting, and they decided to put on a variety show. And somebody said Paul does magic, which I did, but I was doing the kind of thing all us kids did, which was little close-up things. We were called pocket magic in those days. Then it became micro magic, and nowadays it's called close-up, but all the same kind of rubbish, really. And then, so I had to go away and create a stage act, because we had this small stage in the end of the club. And looking back, I'm amazed at what I put together. I had an assistant, Margaret Dawkins, who later married a friend of mine, Don Freary. And he took up jogging and sadly passed away very shortly after that. Be warned about jogging. And then, what else did I get up to? I had an assistant, she was Margaret, she was in tights, by the way. Oh yes, that's one of the reasons to join a youth club. And then I can remember I did a card trick whereby Margaret went off into the audience with a pack of cards, which the audience were allowed to shuffle. And they examined a hat, and then they showed the hat empty. They examined all the inside the hat, dropped the cards in, and she brought them back to the stage. And then, showing my hand, I started to do seeing with the fingertips, which was kind of popular in those days, being talked about by the Russians were experimenting and all that jazz. Scientists, I'm sorry, but with all that psychic kind of stuff, you really should call it magicians. They know what's going on. And I put my hand in and somehow managed to locate the 4 aces. I remember that was one trick. Can't remember any of those. Oh yes, I did a billiard ball routine. And the billiard ball routine was later, I brought it back to life and did it on my TV series. In fact, I think it's out there on YouTube somewhere. Or if you go to my website, pauldaniels.co.uk, there's a video page, and I think my billiard ball routine is on there. And I practiced and I made it up and I did that. And I had another routine where I was eating goldfish. And then showed them how it was done with a sliver of carrot, and I dropped the carrot into another bowl and it swam away. If I did anything else, I can't remember it. I do know the goldfish routine is now in Matt King's act in Harrah's in Las Vegas. A great act if ever get to see it. And that was it. Not bad for a 14, 15-year-old lad. And it went very well. The years go by and I become more well known, and I did a little charity show thing, not in that youth club, but in one up in Normanby, which is a few miles up the road. And I was doing my general magic act, and after, this young woman said to me, I remember you, you're the man, remember that word, you're the man who ate the goldfish. And I asked her how old she was, and we worked out that when I did the goldfish trick, it was the only time I did it, when I did that goldfish trick, she must have been about 5 years old. And she'd remembered it, and she was now 28, something like that. So what you do really can lock into people's minds, and you've got to be aware of that. I've had letters from people saying, they were going to get divorced and found they could laugh together, so they decided to stay together. So remember, your act is a bit more than just entertainment sometimes for some people. One guy came up to me in the street and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "What do I think? What do I think?" Because you'll always get this, you won't remember me, and you don't. And so I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but I don't. Do I know you?" And he said, "Well, it was only last week, and apparently in a club, I had made a gag about him, just a gag, you know." I said, "Look at him," and he had a beard, you know. I said, "He looks like a mouse coming to a lavatory brush," and he'd shaved it all off. I'd affected it. So I do laugh when they say about violence and bad things on TV, that they don't affect people at home. Oh, yes they do.